daily discussion of Bhagavad Gita. Basically, in this now, like yesterday, in the previous class, we were discussing that how Arjuna has asked 4 questions, and that 4 question is about how the Sthit Pragya, that means the person who is in the stage of Samadhi, person who is in the stage of self-realization, who is acting in Buddhi Yoga, what are his symptoms? So 4 things, general symptoms, then how does he speak, how does he sit, and how does he walk. Okay, so Krishna is going to answer from 2.55 to 71. Okay, all these questions will be answered. Good. 2.54. Okay, 54 was... Okay, sorry, 54 is the question. 55 onwards, Krishna will answer. Okay, so 55, he answers the first question, that is general description and characteristics of a self-realized person. So, okay. 55. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Prajahati Yada Kaman Sarvan Partha Manogatan Atmani Evatmana Tushtaha Sthit Pragyas Tad Uchyate. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O Parth, when a man gives up all varieties of desire for sense gratification which arise from mental concoction, and when his mind, thus purified, finds satisfaction in the self alone, then he is said to be in pure transcendental consciousness. Purport. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. And the Bhagavatam affirms that any person who is fully in Krishna consciousness or devotional service of the Lord has all the good qualities of the great sages, whereas a person who is not so transcendently situated has no good qualification, because he is sure to be taking refuge in his own mental concoction. Very important. So a person, Prabhupada is writing a person who is actually a devotee. That means he is a genuine devotee, and like he is following all the principles, all the rules and regulations, then that person will automatically have all the good qualities. Okay, automatically he will have all the good qualities. So, but a person who is not practicing bhakti, so it's not about the externally practicing, like look wise, if he is a devotee. We are not talking about that. We are talking about here about a devotee who is actually a devotee, who is genuinely practicing all the rules and regulation and all the sadhana. So he will develop all the good qualities of devatas, demigods. But a person who is not following properly, he will not have good qualities. Why? Because he will be trapped in the web of his mental concoction. Consequently, it is rightly said herein that one has to give up all kinds of sense desire manufactured by mental concoction. So all these desires for sense gratification which comes out of a mental concoction, that has to be given up. Okay, so artificially such sense desires cannot be stopped. But if one is engaged in Krishna consciousness, then automatically sense desires subside without extraneous effort. So externally or artificially somebody is trying to control the desires, he may not be able to do that. But if he genuinely practice bhakti, Krishna consciousness, like the 4 regulative principles: chanting Hare Krishna, going to the association, reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, taking only prasadam. Okay, all these things, if he does properly, then for him there is no need of doing any extra effort for controlling the sense desires or desire for sense gratification. So therefore one has to engage himself in Krishna consciousness without hesitation. For this, devotional service will instantly help one unto the platform of transcendental consciousness. Okay, so bhakti process, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, all this process helps a person to situate himself in the transcendental plane. The highly developed soul always remains satisfied in himself. So this kind of person always remains satisfied in himself by realizing himself as the eternal servitor of the Supreme Lord. So that's again same thing coming again and again, that ultimately the first thing or the main thing is that realizing our position with respect to the God, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that he is master and the eternal servant of Krishna, part and parcel of Krishna. So that's the beginning and that's the main thing. So such a transcendentally situated person has no sense desires resulting from petty materialism. Rather, he remains always happy in his natural position of eternally serving the Supreme Lord. Okay, so naturally he will, when he understands, actually all the sense desire comes. Why? Because of wrong identification. Because I understand that I am this, like if somebody feels that he is a king, so he will get that kind of sense desires, okay, like a king. And somebody feels that I am a husband, so he feels that kind of desire. Then I am a boss, he feels that kind of desire. I am Indian, so he will get that kind of desire. And when a person has understanding of his position, which is his original constitutional position, that he is the servant of Krishna, then that person automatically develops the desire to serve Krishna. Okay, because when we, because everything depends on our identity. So what like how you identify yourself, that will define that like that will define that how you will desire. Like for a person, when he is in office, he identifies himself as a employee or a manager or someone, so his desire develop like that in the office. But when he go in home, he identify himself with a family member, so he develop that kind of desire. And there also, when he identify himself with respect to his wife, so his desires become different. When he relate himself with respect to his children, then his desires become different. So that's how when we naturally understand or relate ourselves with Krishna, with respect to Krishna, that he is our master and his servant, then automatically we will develop that kind of desires. Okay, so this understanding that I am servant of Krishna, this understanding cannot be developed externally or artificially, or if you do it, it may not stay long. Okay, so for that, there is the process of chanting Hare Krishna or serving Vaishnavas, or all this Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Shastra Adhyan, Kirtan, all these things, deity worship. Okay, so when he does this thing, he is this other coverings which are there, like I am boss, I am husband, I am father, I am Indian. So these coverings starts removing, like they get cleaned, they get washed off. So originally when these all things, like when we chant Hare Krishna, so Cheto Darpan Marjanam, so our heart gets cleansed. So this thing is cleaned up, and then the original product is remain. What is that? That my heart, the soul is originally situated now. So originally the constitutional position is servant of Krishna. So then he understands that I am servant of Krishna, and that because now he is not doing artificially, he is on that plane situated, then he will stay long. Okay, but sometimes if he stops practicing his bhakti, then he may again fall down. Okay, he may again, like mirror is so dirty, if you keep cleaning every day, you will have direct vision. Okay, so the same way heart, when you keep cleaning heart every day with the chanting Hare Krishna, then you can directly see everything clearly, your relationship with Krishna. But if you start cleaning, then mirror again will have so much dust and you will not be able to see. So same way, you stop chanting Hare Krishna, then dirt will come. Automatically it will come. You don't have to bring it. Like you stop and then because somebody say, okay, I stop Hare Krishna, I am not doing other wrong activities also. So no, if you stop Hare Krishna, automatically you will engage in yourself in the wrong activities. Because if you are not serving Krishna, then automatically you are serving Maya. It's not, there is no other option. You cannot say that, okay, I am not serving Krishna and I am not serving Maya also, I am just neutral. No, that is not possible. So one cannot say that. One has to serve somewhere, because Jivatma is the Tatastha Shakti, either this side or that side. So if you are not serving Maya, if you are not serving Krishna, that means you are serving Maya. So if you don't say, if you say that you are not serving Maya, that means it's more miserable, because you don't even know that you don't know that you are in Maya. Okay, so that's the point. So understanding our constitutional position is very important, and that's happened when we chant Hare Krishna. Okay, so that is why when a person is situated like this, transcendentally, he understands that he is a servant of Krishna, then what happens? Then he understands, and then his desires are transcendental automatically, because I am servant, and then automatically that kind of desires will come. Okay, so that's what Krishna is saying that in this verse. Okay, that how does the first thing is that a person who is the general description of a self-realized person, a sthit pragya person, so he gives up all material desires. First thing is that he gives up all material desire of sense gratification, which are born out of mental concoction. The mind only gives this thing. So and when his mind is purified in this way, then he feels very much satisfied and he is situated in himself. Okay, so how does one give up all material desires? So one does not give up them artificially. Artificially one cannot give up material desire. So how he will give up? He will give up by complete engagement in Krishna consciousness as eternal servitor. So completely one has to engage himself. Okay, there is no time left when one is not serving Krishna. So one of the important quality of a devotee is that avyartha kalattam. He does not waste time. Okay, so his complete engagement, by his complete engagement in Krishna consciousness, and that also understanding that I am servant of Krishna, as servant, when he serves Krishna, then he can overcome all the material desires. Okay, so from Bhagavatam 5th canto 18th chapter 12th shloka, Prabhupada saying that without Krishna consciousness one is sure to take shelter of mental concoction and has no good qualities. If one is not serving Krishna, then definitely he will go into the Maya and he will serve Maya and he will be under the control of mental concoction and he will have no good qualities and he will be fully engaged in the sense gratification. Okay, so next point is that how one finds satisfaction in the self alone. So that is when one understands, when one realizes his eternal servitorship with respect to Krishna, the Supreme Lord, then he feels satisfied. Okay, and so this side he feels satisfied, so he is having desire to serve Krishna and no desire for sense gratification. That's the point. So And what is the so how we will understand that? For complete satisfaction means like when a person is hungry, so when he eat foods and when his hunger is satisfied, then he don't eat anymore, right? So Yamunacharya and Amrish Maharaj, their examples are given that by Krishna consciousness one is free from all material desire and all good qualities, but all good qualities will automatically manifest. Okay, so this kind of like Yamunacharya also saying that since he has engaged himself in the service of Krishna, there is no material desire. If at all any material desire comes, he feels that nasty thing. He feels it's to spit on that thought itself. You know? Amrish Maharaj engages all the senses in the service of Krishna, right? So in this way one is feeling very satisfied by realizing his eternal servitorship to the Supreme Lord Krishna, and then there is no desire for any sense gratification. Okay, so that's the point here in this shloka. Now in the 56, so that was the general symptoms of the devotees. What are the general symptoms? That he gives up all material desires and he engages himself in the service of Krishna, right? Complete engagement in the service of Krishna. So that is the general symptoms. And then how does he speaks? Very important thing, because the speech, yesterday also I said, the speech is the very important part of the person. So how does a Sthit Pragya person speaks? Okay, so that will be explained in the 56th and 57th shloka. Okay, so this two shloka we will do tomorrow. Okay, thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Granth Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Anant Koti Vaishnavan ki jai. So if you have any question, you can kindly ask.